So let's start off with something that I kind of wanted to talk about last episode, but I didn't have enough time to, and that is the Hardy Boys. Now, if you're not familiar with what the Hardy Boys have done more recently, they are now in TNA. Now, it's not really been said whether they have a long term contract. The way it looks is that they can still go wherever they want to. So, in this instance, they could decide to go back to AEW or go to a WWE or even a New Japan, whatever promotion they would want to sign a dotted line. They still could do that. But since Matt was, doing this TNA run and wrestling Moose in the main event, Jeff wanted to go to TNA along with his brother to do this run. Now, I don't know how long this run is really going to last for them because this is probably going to be one of their last runs in professional wrestling. Now, they were on Busted Open. At least Matt Hardy was on Busted Open. I tried to watch the full episode where he talked to Bubba Ray, talked to Dreamer and Dave LaGreca, and they talked about the idea of the Hardy Boys having one last run in WWE to finish their careers in WWE is the place to do it. I think there's a lot of mixed people on this idea. Jeff Hardy has had a lot of issues when it comes to stuff outside the ring with DUIs. Now, from what Matt Hardy has said, is that Jeff's cleared up those issues, and I hope he has. I hope that Jeff to me was always one of my favorites growing up, and I think when I was growing up, he had his heel run. And I think that if he was clean during that heel run, it could have been one of the best heel runs that the business has ever had. But, because of Jeff's demons outside the ring, they've missed out on some opportunities. And one thing Matt Hardy did mention was a reason why their AEW run wasn't as big as it could have been was because of the DOI that Jeff Hardy got that, kind of sent him out of AEW for a little bit. Ultimately, for him to return, I believe it was around the same time last year where Jeff Hardy returned and the Hardy Boys reunited in an AEW ring. But we really didn't get to see much of them together as much. And I think a lot of people were expecting them to maybe win the AEW tag team titles before they would have wrapped with AEW. But Matt ended up leaving and Jeff is no longer with AEW anymore. And I wouldn't mind seeing another Hardy Boys run in WWE if this is the last one. The Dudleys got one last run in WWE. Now, they did return in 2017, and some people might say, oh, well, that was their last run. But if you think about it, Jeff Hardy got hurt. Matt ended up doing the broken gimmick just called Woken in WWE and teaming with Bray Wyatt, which him and Bray had some really, really good chemistry. I believe Bray ended up getting hurt, so Matt was in limbo until Jeff came back. Then they became the Hardys again. Jeff got hurt, and then Matt was kind of a singles guy just doing the Hardy Boys stuff. And then he ultimately decided to not re-sign with WWE and go to AEW. Jeff remained in WWE for a little bit until he left in late 2021, early 2022. I believe it was November, December. It was kind of after Survivor Series, though. So if you think about it, the Hardy Boys, they were in WWE. They got to have a return at WrestleMania, which was a big pop, a big moment. But I just don't think they were able to really wrap up in WWE the way that they wanted to. And I think provided one more run, have them wrestle DIY, have them wrestle New Day, have them wrestle the Usos one more time, have them get involved with something to kind of finish their career, have them be in the tag team division to really boost that division up and do some dream matches with it. I think it'd be really cool. I do have a Hardy Boys t-shirt, it's signed by both the Hardys. Let me move the logo out the way real quick. I'll move it myself. I'll just turn it off actually. You got this is actually signed by both Hardys, and Matt actually signed it version 1. So I'm a big Hardy Boys fan. I am a big Hardy Boys fan. It's kind of like a little bit of my childhood there. And just like the Dudleys had, kind of one last run, and they kind of finished up putting over a new tag team, I wouldn't mind seeing that from the Hardys. You know, them kind of coming in and putting over that new team. I think it'd be really cool if they were able to do that. But as far as it goes right now, they're going to be in TNA and they're going to have, a fun run in TNA. It looks to be with the Hardys. They are in Philadelphia. I might go to the show tomorrow, depending on what kind of goes on tomorrow. But yeah, I'm excited to see what they do. I really do think they can really still make a mark in wrestling, and I think they could do one more WWE run. I think it might be in them. So, and I'm kind of pulling for them. I want them to succeed in the end.